All right, so what's good, y'all? Now, today, I wanted to do some clarifications on this video because I feel like I had to kind of like crunch time a couple videos before and I wasn't really able to go into detail. I'm always being misunderstood. So it's understandable because everyone receives information different. So I have no problem reiterating or clarifying exactly what I mean by certain bold statements that I be making because I know I make some bold statements. So that could turn a lot of people off, make people think, I'm blasphemous, I'm just saying something crazy, or I'm just talking out the side of my neck. But nah, I be spitting some real facts and some game to help people, and I feel like a lot of people take me wrong and my intentions wrong as if I'm trying to belittle them or judge them, and that's not the case. All right, so I just want to go ahead on this video, clarify a few of the things that I've said on a couple other videos. So the first one about bottoms and verse dudes with the last video and also just a few other videos I've made. I've tapped on this, but I haven't obviously said it the correct way fully and thoroughly. So most people get me, but some people are not. So I'm gonna go ahead on this video, clarify exactly what I mean by that and a couple other things, okay? So here's the deal. I can just give it to y'all in an example of how I said it to my boyfriend last night. Basically, last night I was telling him, hey, my subscribers, my commenters is really kind of going in on me for saying that verse dudes and bottoms should have a higher standard for who they allow inside of them and etc. Right? And he was just like, well, what are they saying? Like, are they going in on you, or are they feeling like you trying to attack them or judge them or what? And I'm just like, yeah, they basically trying to say that I am being judgmental, misogynistic, etc. And he's like, okay, so what is it that you're saying? And I'm like, well, basically, I'm stating that bottoms and verse guys control the access to sex because they're the receivers of penetration. So they have a higher responsibility to sex because not only all the personal parts like prepping, the emotional part, the vulnerability and all that, but also y'all are the ones that have the control to access to sex. So if y'all not giving it up, tops can't smash and treat you like you just another body and move on to the next. Y'all have the ability to say what your value is and demand that treatment. Otherwise, that person will not have access to you. But what I mean by that is, as a bottom or a verse dude, y'all gotta stand on business with that because with tops, if y'all are easily smashable, then there's no reason to actually like go forward as to date you, get to know you, nothing like that, because we have like that chasing mentality as well, just like every other man. So if you make yourself so easy on the market and available like that, then it kind of prevents us from even being able to see your value if we're not looking, okay? Now, I'm gonna say some stuff to the tops too on this video because yes, it's true that bottoms can do all this that I'm saying, check all they T's, not be no slut, all that. And y'all gonna still do them dirty because y'all not ready. And then that's what kind of creates the domino effect of them becoming more promiscuous because it feels like it don't matter what they do, they're gonna end up in the same position. You know what I'm saying? So I wanna address that as well. But first I just wanna clarify exactly what I mean by that so that y'all can understand why I'm saying these statements so boldly, okay? Here's the deal. When you allow somebody to penetrate you easily, it sours the whole chase, the mystery, the infatuation, the stuff that men need in order for them to like pursue you in a relationship or dating or anything. So with y'all arguing against me saying that I'm basically saying that tops can just smash whoever they want and bottoms have to be, like exclusive or whatever. And then that makes it sound like I'm trying to give tops an excuse, and I'm not. What I'm saying is that because tops are the least denominator, bottoms and verse dudes are the most common. So if y'all don't make tops respect you, they'll just smash and move on to the next bottom that's gonna be a chase. That's why we go after straight dudes who are curious about bottoming and whatever. And if we can turn them out, them is a higher value to us. You know what I'm saying? Or like a top that we can get to turn to a bottom. Higher value to us. Like basically y'all not giving us no kind of chase or no excitement when we can just hit you up, and because you're just as horny as us, we can come through and smash. The reason why most tops are not gonna tell y'all this is because most tops are fuckboys who have no intention with you. So all they care about is the easy access. They do value the easy access, and that's where I think y'all getting us mixed up. See, a dude that says that he prefers you to have bodies be a little loose because he doesn't want to work his way in and be patient. He doesn't have the patience to get himself in a hole that is not open already. That means that what he's saying is he looks at dudes as just a sexual fling or a sexual object. He doesn't take dudes serious as far as dating goes, which is mostly DL dudes and shit, you know what I'm saying? So he does prefer you to be able to take some meat, because if he come through and he trying to bust a nut and you are difficult to break in because you got a tight box, well then, yeah, to him, you're gonna not be as valuable. He gonna move around, go get him one of them loose ones, because in them easy access ones, because he is not looking for a boyfriend, a husband, nothing. All he's there for is to smash. So that's why I'm trying to tell y'all bottoms who, inverse dudes, who do not want to just be smashed and be in hookup culture, y'all need to abstain from having sex off rip. I'm not telling y'all give it no time frame. I'm mature. I know that it's supposed to happen when it happens for both of y'all naturally. I'm not telling y'all, have no 3-month rule, none of that bullshit. All that shit's fake. Okay, go off of the natural energy on both of y'all's connection. When y'all both feel like it's the time is right. Don't just hook up because y'all feel like y'all supposed to because y'all met on an app or something. I'm telling y'all, take control of your autonomy, okay? Y'all want to talk about how misogynistic, I'm misogynistic, but I'm literally telling y'all where y'all have the power at. Use your bodily autonomy to keep dudes from just coming inside your temple, shitting and leaving. That's where you have autonomy at. You control the access to who comes inside your body, who comes inside your temple. That's my point. Okay? Yes, tops need to also care about themselves, not give themselves to anybody like that. But what I'm saying is, y'all don't value a top that isn't experienced, one. So that's the reason why the tables is different. Because y'all like, well, why come y'all get to sleep around? Well, first of all, bottoms don't value low body count tops and all that shit. Y'all don't care about that. It's not a value that y'all have. Y'all care about masculinity. This nigga's, what he doing with himself? What he got going for himself? Is this a broke nigga? You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all care about other things. Y'all value other things. Y'all don't value this. Tops value this because tops are looking at you like, what separates you from all the other bottoms that I done had that I could easily get and that wasn't really amusing to me, but just, a fling or whatever? What's gonna separate you? First of all, you being somebody who's not easily accessible to every other gay dude is one of them, okay? Another is gonna be when he smashes, he can tell that like you are doing a lot to open him, like to open up to allow him inside you. It feels like you're making more of a sacrifice, or it makes us feel more whole. Like I'm trying to understand how to say that. It makes us feel more whole, as if like we gonna mean something. People want to mean something, especially nowadays in this world with social media and everything. People making everybody feel like they just another number and another body. You know, if a top is actively looking for a boyfriend or a husband, he's gonna be paying attention to these kind of things. That's what I'm trying to say. The tops that don't care about nothing, that's just gonna smash you and go on about their business. Well, these ones don't care about none of this shit I'm talking about. You'll never hear them say any of this, because this is actually against what they're going for. Because this means you're gonna have self-worth and think that you deserve more than just to be coming through, getting fucked on and bounced off of. They don't want you to have that kind of self-esteem, because then they can't come through easily, get what they want, and move around. That's my point. Okay, this is the benefit, y'all. I am a top. I have options. I know that I can, like, look, y'all. When I was out here single, I was able to get whatever dude I wanted simply because I'm masculine. I'm decent as far as attraction. Okay, some people would consider me above average. Some would consider me fine. At the end of the day, we can all say I'm at least an average looking nigga. Okay, masculine, and I got swag. I got a nice body. My face, you know what I'm saying? My personality matches. I am also a go-getter. I assert, I dominate, and I initiate dates and all kinds of shit. I know that I am high value in this lifestyle, okay? I've always had my own shit, car, crib, all that. So that's what bottoms are looking for. They're looking for maturity, stability, you know, like a nigga that's well-rounded, got shit going for itself. They don't give a fuck about how many niggas you done fuck, because they assume that you done smash hella niggas once they come across a high-value nigga like me anyway. They automatically assume I got hella bitches, you know, or niggas on my nuts, you know what I'm saying? So it's nothing to them. And if anything, they like the fact that you can smash women, niggas, anybody you want, and they go for the nigga that has all the options. So this is why y'all can't resonate with this message, because bottoms don't give no damn about no tops body count, okay? So with that being said, I feel like I've been able to smash whoever I've wanted to throughout this lifestyle since 2011, when I've been in this community messing with dudes, okay? It's the only dudes that I have not been able to smash was the ones who were either adamant top, or they were attracted to feminine, flamboyant dudes, meaning like trans and shit. Okay? So, if my experience tells me that if you tell me that you're a bottom on an app, or that you're verse on an app or anything like that, I feel like I can smash, because that's what my story has been. I've always been able to smash any nigga I've wanted to. Okay? I've never had niggas be like, oh, I want to wait. If they did, they wanted to wait, but it was on some bullshit because they liked me, but they were trying to manipulate me, okay? But all the other niggas that they didn't like got to get it easily, but because they liked me, they try to play games and make me wait, and I peep that shit too, and I don't play them games either, okay? So, with my experience, when y'all be saying that y'all bottoms and then y'all saying that y'all single, to me, that means that y'all out here getting smashed by hella niggas. So if I'm speaking on these videos and I'm saying that stuff, and you're not one of those bottoms who's out here getting smashed by hella niggas carelessly, well then, but if you're not one of those, then I'm not talking about you. All right, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm talking to careless bottoms and verse dudes who feel like they can use their butthole the same way that they use their penis, and there's no difference. Just because they're a male, they don't feel like there's no difference. Like, kind of like how women are trying to say to men that it doesn't matter how many dudes smash me, just like it doesn't matter how many girls you smash. It does. It will always. It doesn't matter how much y'all try to advocate for that shit. I'm sorry to break it to you. God created that circumstance. We didn't. And it ain't just us. Y'all bottoms don't know how y'all also are. Y'all are dating other tops and shit, so y'all don't know how other bottoms are. Hear me out. Bottoms have it bad, and verse dudes especially, always telling niggas what their body count is. We don't even have to ask, and y'all literally will voluntarily tell us, oh, I haven't been smashed by nobody. I ain't been smashed. I ain't got fucked in a minute, bro. Yeah, you lucky if I let you smash, because I don't do that. Like, I don't get down. I don't even do all that. Yeah, I might have smashed a couple bottoms this weekend, but I definitely ain't take no dick when I was in ATL. Like, y'all are, even if y'all not saying it directly in a certain way of body count, y'all are always letting a top know that you are aware of your value based on your getting penetrated, how often and how many niggas and what you doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all are subconsciously aware that being penetrated by a bunch of different niggas is not a good look to tops and shit. That's why y'all come around telling us, you know, that you ain't been smashed in a week and you ain't been smashed in a minute and shit. Like, who? I never asked you. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing that y'all need to take into consideration. My experience and where I'm talking from. All right. Also, another thing that correlates to this is I've always been treated better. When I was dating verse dudes, I was always, they let me know that I was more valued than the bottoms that they was messing with. I've never been with a verse dude and he preferred the bottoms over me. I was always top choice. Okay? They would literally skirt on them, you know, change plans on them, stand them up, all kinds of shit just because I hit them up. All right? It's happened plenty of times. So I'm being shown and told repetitiously as a top that I am higher value based on y'all's decisions and y'all's choices and y'all's movement, not my own little in my head. Okay? Y'all put masculinity, tops, and shit at the top of the fucking chain. So that means I've gotten to eat everybody. So I have not come across no sustaining, you know, their respect and all that shit bottoms before like that. The only ones that I've come across that were not allowing me to hit off rip was niggas who wasn't getting at all before me, tops, or niggas trying to bullshit, but I could peep game later on those ones. You know what I'm saying? If they tried to you know, they wasn't clean that night or whatever, I could tell. If they just didn't do it because they wasn't clean that night and all that, I can see straight through a bunch of shit, okay? Like, y'all talking to a goat right here, all right? I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. I promise you. I'm not going to get up here on my platform and say something that's going to lead y'all the wrong way. I care about my community. I'm trying to spread healthy conversation and community around here. Not trying to belittle people, make them feel less than. I feel like a lot of the reason why a lot of y'all agreed and pushed away my message was because I think that I familiarize y'all because of the fact that I am bisexual. I have some straight qualities. I think I familiarize a lot of gay men that same, you know, elder or environment that put them down when they was younger, told them that they wasn't good enough and try to judge them and all that stuff and told them that, you know, try to belittle them and stuff. And I feel like when I speak like that, y'all are making it like I'm one of those people because y'all not used to nobody, you know, healthily giving any kind of information to help this community. Y'all used to people either bashing this community or they're so obvious on the same message that everyone else is saying in the community, like that hive mindset. It's either one or the other. It's either black or white. So because I'm not that, y'all automatically are put off by my message. But if y'all pay attention, I mean nothing but well, because how are you pushing somebody away who is trying to tell you how to value yourself more and get treated better than what you're being treated like? It's like, how are you mad at somebody like me? I don't know nobody else doing this shit, sticking their neck out for y'all, trying to help put y'all on game so that y'all can have a better outcome from y'all's actions. Because y'all keep doing the repetitious same thing, staying in hookup culture, going to work, getting off, doing a hookup or something, repeating the same shit, going to the gym or something and repeating the same shit. I know what y'all's lifestyles is like. I done lived in Atlanta, Houston. I done been all over this country. I done been out of this country. It don't matter where you at. Gay men live the same for the most part. Okay? Every city you go to, there's that same group of messy gays, that same group of professional gays, older gays. It's the same, just in different areas. I know my peoples. All right? So Yes, everything happens under the sun. There's some people who are not gonna fit into these boxes and these stereotypes because yes, there are people who are gonna also stick out. But when I'm talking about majorities, okay? So, also, y'all, another reason why I be saying this is because not just my experiences, but others' experiences, okay? I have seen a lot of older gay men get to a certain age and a certain place in their life and they are regretting because they took life for granted, okay? Not just gay men. I'm gonna give y'all an example real quick about my own mom, okay? Me and my mom went out to eat one day a long time ago. I'll never forget, it was Texas Roadhouse. It was like when she had turned 40. It was around the time she had turned 40, I'll remember. So this was over 10 years ago. And my mom had always been the beautiful, most, like, my mom, I'm gonna just keep it real with y'all. My mama was the baddest bitch in Topeka, okay? Like, straight up. Because she had the Indian, she was black and Indian, she had the long hair, light skin, you know how that is in our community. She was always told how I couldn't go nowhere, I couldn't have no track meets, nothing. And everybody, every time my mama came around, everybody, oh, your mama's so fine, like, oh, your mama, damn, your mama, like, it was always that. No men ever rejected my mama, and my mama had every option in the book. Like, she could get any nigga. The mayor was trying to get at my mama at one point, and because my mama was so independent and couldn't nobody tell her shit, he passed up on her because shit, she didn't want to be submissive and shit. You know what I'm saying? This was after my dad. Okay? So if I'm seeing my mom, and then my mom at that Chicago restaurant, and we was talking, and she's crying in front of me. I've never seen my mama cry before this, okay? Strong woman, strong black independent woman, okay? My mama finally is breaking down, crying in front of me at this old Chicago restaurant because she done turned 40 and she finally realized, like, basically now when I look back, I now know, because at the time I didn't know what was exactly going on. But now when I look back, I could tell, like, she had hit the wall, okay? She wasn't getting the attention no more that she had used to been getting, because this is what she was telling me. She's crying, talking about, hey, son, like, I'm just really depressed because I thought I knew what I was doing, but obviously I didn't. I used to have all the options I wanted. Now I've gotten older and it's just not the same. And I thought that this was gonna turn out different for me, but it didn't. And, you know, I just want you to know, like, don't waste any of your years thinking that you just got it like that. Don't take people for granted. I mean, like, she was telling me about how, like, certain dudes she just dissed and played off for nothing, and, like, she regrets it, and, like, she can't find nobody that's gonna, like, that treats her like that no more, like, that puts her up on that pedestal that she's used to being on. Like, kind of like if y'all watched The Coven with the Supremes, and how that old Supreme, when she started noticing how her power started going away, like, she was not that bitch that could get any nigga no more and all that, like, it was obvious, and it triggered and it hurt her. You know what I'm saying? It was like, and it was an oblivious, not an oblivious, but it was like a, not karma, but, you know, whenever you get that feeling about something that's new that you didn't want to acknowledge or something, and it's like, basically, I watched it myself. I seen it too. Like, my mama used to get the niggas that had the money, the niggas that was doing something with themselves, like, really top tier niggas. And then all of a sudden, around this time, she wasn't getting nothing but dope dealers and niggas that wasn't on nothing, bummy ass niggas, you know what I'm saying, beta males and shit, trying to come around and use her and shit, you know what I'm saying? When my mama used to be the kept woman, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, to have to see that, and then not only that, but even I correlated that with my reality at the time, you know, as I got older, because it was like, I started realizing who else is taking life for granted. Who else got so many options and that they don't have to take nobody serious and they don't have to care? Gay men. Same exact thing. That's the reason why when I be at the club, there's 40 plus up niggas in that motherfucker still trying to pull at a 20-some-year-old's arm. Because they is just like my mama. They took life for granted, wanted to be, you know, feel like they, you know, They was fine and shit. They had the body and all that shit. They didn't have to give no take nobody serious. They could play off, play games, you know, focus on their career and not care about nothing and all that shit. And then basically, you know, they have to finally face the music. That, oh, I thought that, you know, eventually somebody was just going to come around. I just focus on myself. I'm over here listening to all these other people tell me. I just focus on myself and it'll just come around and it'll just come to me and all that other shit. Well, that bites them in the ass, you know what I'm saying? And quite frankly, when you ask older guys why come they don't be going after each other like that, is because the same thing it applies. The older guys still don't want each other because of the fact that they are used up to each other. The older guy will still want to go get a straight dude that he been friends with for 10 plus years or something over a passed around bottom that he's familiar with. I promise you. There just isn't. Once y'all get a certain age, y'all hit the wall, especially, okay? The hole be loose, blown out. You're no longer a catch because there just isn't any point of cuffing you, because why do I buy the cow when I can get the milk for free? And not just me, but all the other niggas can that have anything similar to me. These qualities ain't really nothing to have. Okay, yeah, they are. I will say I'm blessed to have them, being masculine, attractive, and all that. But there's other niggas that have them. So that's not really a flex if every other nigga with these qualities can get you just like I did. I want to be separate. I want to be special. I want to be somebody that's like an exception. Okay, to me, for real, bottoming should be an exception for somebody, not a sexuality a sexual position, in my opinion, because getting a thrill, getting a kick off of people just fucking and pounding on you like that, there's something attached to not being loved correctly with that. I'm sorry. Like, if you don't care about niggas treating you a certain way, if you don't care to be cuffed up, being in a relationship, being treated with respect and some dignity and with some class, if you don't care about none of that shit and you just giving up your box and letting people inside your temple, that has got to be attached to some kind of trauma or something. I don't know how people get that desensitized to where it don't matter. I'm just going to use this like this is my penis. It's not. No matter how much you want to think of it, you are allowing someone inside of you. There's nothing similar to that as fucking somebody. I promise you. All right. So when I was like in my early 20s and I was like talking to my older friends in the gay community, like when I was like 2019, 2021, I remember specifically in ATL, when I started getting out into meeting like gay guys and being friends with gay guys and stuff, I remember that I made friends with, and I'm gonna just say y'all's names because y'all my niggas and I just want to shout y'all out, you know what I'm saying? Leon and Sid. Them was my first two friends that I met in Atlanta that was like straight up platonic and like my brothers still to this day, okay? And I used to always tell, now Leon was more relationship oriented, but Sid, this nigga was a thought, boy. But I tell you, he had to get fucked by a different nigga like every other day. Like, it was just crazy, bro. Like, when I was roommating with this nigga, like, he was put, like, he would literally go to work, get off, get on the apps, you know what I'm saying? Like, look for niggas. And it would always, like, he would sometimes cycle the same ones, but he would always have new ones as well. And I was just like, bro, why do you keep doing all this hooking up? Like, slow down, ain't nobody gonna take you serious. This was when I was like 19, 20, y'all. I'm 30 now. All right. So I was telling him then, like, bro, stop hooking up with all these niggas. Ain't nobody gonna take you serious. Like, and he would just be like, oh, whatever. Everybody's doing this. I'm gonna be fine. When the right one come around when it's time and all this other shit, right? Y'all, why the fuck we speed fast forward now to this day? This nigga still ain't found nobody. He done had niggas coming in and out, but like I said, they were low hanging fruit. They were, you know, like bummy niggas, you know, like having to use him for a crib or a place to stay, or like, you know, like it was just always like they was cokeheads or something. Like, it was always something so off about these niggas to entertain him. And it was just like, it all started adding up. Like, not just that particular situation, but it was so many of them. I just can't tell y'all all of them, you know? not just my own experiences, but other people's experiences and things that I've seen other men and straight men say, and how I've watched other women lives turn out the way that they did after having 4 or 5 kids by different niggas and shit. It does play out this way, okay? People who are receivers of penetration, once they collect a bunch of bodies and have a bunch of baggage and shit, they get left off to the side for all the F-boys who have no intention or, you know what I'm saying, confused about what they want out of life and all that shit. They get left off to the side with those niggas, while all of us niggas with purpose, trying to have intention, marrying, cuffing, having a family, like doing something with our lives and leaving a legacy with somebody, us kind of niggas, we don't pick out from that group of people. We pick out from a new fresh canvas or somebody who is not easily accessible, somebody who is, you know, exclusive and all that. Somebody who make us feel special and like we're not just like every other number, and also one that is submissive, you know, softer and all that. Most men don't like a loud personality, a very strong personality. We just don't. I'm just gonna keep it real. I know that y'all could call that misogynistic all y'all want. We don't like it. The only men that are gonna deal with you having that strong personality and all that, you know, like extra, he gonna be a beta male because he has to be less than you. That's what y'all don't get. Y'all who have strong personalities, y'all don't want to respect nobody. Y'all want to do what the fuck y'all want to do. Y'all want to be those who don't got nobody telling them to do nothing. And that's okay. That's your prerogative. But guess what that comes along with? Being single, okay? I used to watch my mama sit up and talk to niggas like they wasn't shit. Talk to niggas like dogs, boy. I remember one time this nigga got up and walked out the house. I was a little nigga, like 5, 6 years old, and I'll never forget certain shit when you wise like this, you know what I'm saying? I remember I literally came down the stairs and I was spying on him for a little second or whatever, because I was the only child for the longest, right? Because Naja wasn't born until I was 8 years old, okay? That's my first sibling up under me. My mama didn't have her till I was 8. Here's an example. This is around that time, okay, that, like I said, my mom it was just me and her. She was that bad bitch still, okay? She got dudes to come around. I remember this one dude literally was downstairs talking shit. My mama had her legs over this nigga lap and everything. They was talking shit or something, and my mama said, "Oh, shut the fuck up, nigga," or some shit like that. He said, "Melanie, I don't want you talking to me like that now. You gotta talk to me with respect. I don't want to be called bitches and shit and niggas and, you know, all that. I want to be talked to with respect." She was like, "Oh, nigga, get your punk up out of here. I can't nobody play with your ass. Oh, sensitive ass nigga. Why the fuck, y'all, this nigga got up? He didn't say. He didn't argue with her, nothing. This nigga got up. He was so turned off, he was just shaking his head the whole time. Walking out the door. This nigga leave, my mama sit back on the couch and she just, you know, got her legs closed. Like she just, you know, her shit don't stink. Like, oh, whatever, nigga, shit. Bye. Y'all, let me tell y'all, it's sad to say, but I'm just showing y'all some real, like, relatability and also, like, just giving y'all my example, but also, this is some real shit, and it is like hard for me to express a little bit because to see my mom go from being so valued and so like that bitch to this bitch that don't, you know, like now my mom is dealing with a dude that's like so less than, like he has nothing on anybody that I've ever seen her with. It makes me feel like I don't recognize her and some more shit, okay? Sometime, like for real. Because she had to lower her standards so far down to pick out of that low-hanging fruit group because she took for granted all her time when she was in her prime, when she had the ability to snag a good dude. Well, she didn't take that ability and that she didn't take up on that chance. So she left out here with all the low-hanging fruit. She's not happy. She is not the same woman that I remember, the same confident woman that I remember growing up under and all that. So, you know, after that, my mama had my little sis, Naja. She had my 2 little brothers. And now this is that why she ended up with the low hanging fruit. You know what I'm saying? It does play out. It really does. If you just pay attention, everybody, even the actors and actresses, like Nicki Minaj, okay? We can use her as an example. She is a rich woman, very high value woman, but because she has this strong personality, this dominant personality, she has to go and pick out some broke ass nigga that she knew from back in the day just to date her, because she can't be with a nigga who's higher value than her, because she can't control him and talk to him any old kind of way. She can't just be whoever the fuck she want to be with that nigga. Okay, she has to have some class and shit. She has to be respectable. So she has no choice but to go down here to this nigga who has no choice but to be subservient to her, kiss her ass, allow her to do whatever she want to be, however she want to be, and it make it look like he still got some dominance there because he's a man. No, she's the dominant one wearing the pants in that relationship. I promise you. Okay? This is how it ends up going because of the way that men are cut by nature. So, like I said, my homeboys that was out here in these streets, 22, 23 years old, having fun, young, dumb, full of cum, didn't care, nothing. These niggas is now headed towards 40 years old, still single, nobody's taking them serious, and it don't look like nothing's changing no time soon, because why would it? Why? What would make you valuable to somebody that's got value at that point? The only niggas who are gonna want you for being independent, like how most gay dudes end up, you know, because they focus on their careers and everything, so they always end up somewhat successful. You got your own car, crib, you successful, you got, you know, stable income coming, you got enough money to save to go on trips and shit every now and then, right? Guess what? As a gay man, that's it. There's nothing else that comes. You might get a little more money. You might have a little bit more ability to get another car, another crib, or something. Your business might flourish. Okay. At that point, like I said, once you got your car, crib, and your stable income as a gay man, if you don't start a family or something, you are literally at the finish line. How did it feel to be at the finish line? As a person like me, I was at the finish line at 21. I've been had my own shit, been independent since I was 21. So I'm sorry that a lot of y'all get to it late to where y'all don't get independent and find financial stability and shit until 28, 26, 25 years old or some shit. So then that's the reason why you're catching up late, trying to catch up to your experiences and fulfillment. And then by the time you turn 38, now you want to be in a relationship? Well, I'm sorry, that's too late. God don't give us years to fuck off, all right? Learning who you are and getting to a financial stability and success by 30 is too late. I'm keeping it real. I'm just keeping it 100 with y'all. I know that it might hurt a lot of people's feelings, but it's the truth. Okay? At that point, you are going to be, like I said, either have to be single for the rest of your life or you're going to have to go pick out of the low-hanging fruit section. So it's either value yourself, do the hard work early, and end up with something valuable at the end, or fuck off in the beginning and end up with trash or by yourself at the end. It's your choice. Because counting on being one of the least common denominators where you get picked out by a valuable dude, or you happen to find a good, healthy relationship, and you've been passed around and everything, 9 times out of 10, that nigga took my advice, he sat himself to the side, did self-reflection, learned himself, stopped participating in hookup culture, and then he found that shit. He did something that I'm telling y'all in order to get it. He either didn't hook up on the first time when he met the nigga or something. He did something that I'm telling y'all to get it. Nobody who doesn't value themselves can be valued by another person. Nobody who does not love on themselves, who does not boost their own confidence, who does not tell themselves words of affirmation, who does not love on themselves, will be able to love another person properly anyway. That's my another point. You cannot live a lifestyle of carelessness and expect people to care about you. You don't care about yourself. So nobody's gonna come around caring about you. You're gonna get, like I said, left out there with the low-hanging fruit of dudes who just wanna smash. Tops and men can do this because yes, tops need to stop just going around here smashing and thinking that just because we got options that you can just go around here doing whatever you want, because that's turning these niggas into 304s, because a lot of these niggas are not hoes, and then we come around with that, they get that fuckboy top coming around, smashing on them, going on about their business, and then they feel like they defeated. They don't know, it doesn't matter what they do, so they just go on ahead and cope with it by going out here sleeping with more people. Carelessly. So, yes, the responsibility is on both parties. Everybody that's involved, okay? But as the bottom or the verse dude, you are the one that has the power to say, no, we are not fucking. No, you're not sticking your penis in me unless you're doing something like trying to get to know me, trying to take me out on a date. If I don't get those intention feelings from you, my box ain't getting wet. That's the mindset y'all need to have. All this trying to be treated like you're supposed to be equal to us in every way, where it doesn't matter how you come and how many, you know, how careless you were with your body and all that. It just doesn't matter. I'm sorry, it does. How would it feel if I as a top came around and said, I don't want to initiate no dates. I don't want to take you out nowhere. I don't, you know, actually fuck all that. I don't even want to initiate sex. I want you to initiate sex all the time. I want you to pay for the dates if we do go on dates. I want to come live up in your crib and all that shit and not really contribute nothing and just be a bum ass nigga with good dick. Would that be valuable to you? Because that's the equivalent. The only bottom that's dealing with that kind of top, because see, this is going to let y'all know exactly I'm on point. The only bottom that's dealing with a nothing ass bummy top is a bottom who feels less than of itself. Okay? Low self-esteem, doesn't feel like he deserves much, probably don't get much attention, probably got something going on with his health. I mean, let's just be real. Because once certain things happen to you, you start to be open to certain, you know, nothing ass people because you feel like you're no better than them. You know, you don't feel like you deserve somebody to really treat you like, you know, like you a human out in the world, just have you off in the closet, fucking you all, you know, in the dark and shit. Then you don't really feel like you nothing. Y'all have allowed, you know, the people who raised you and all that to tell you that you ain't nothing, and you believed it, and now that's why you're dealing with nothing. You have to have it all starts with inside. That's my point on that message, trying to instill some self-esteem, because that's where it starts. Gay men have very low self-esteem, and until we can know that we deserve more, know that we are better than certain things that we've been told that we weren't, we'll always either accept mediocrity, or when we do come across something that we do deserve, we'll start psyching ourselves out, and our insecurities and shit will play too much of a part, and then it's like you just won't have nothing. You can't get on the other side and be confident and truly self-aware if you're out here hooking up with different dudes on these apps, or just hooking up with different dudes, period, and letting them come inside of you. It's just not happening. You are blocked off from spiritual world like that. The only way that you can tap into your real, true spirit and all that is if you stay to yourself, focus on yourself. Stop distracting yourself. Stop doing drugs and all that just to distract yourself. Stop watching baddies and dwelling on Bigo, talking shit all day just to distract yourself. Stop for a minute and deal with your stuff. That's how you become valuable. Not based on how many bodies you got, none of that. Because when you care about yourself and you have a value of yourself, all of it will just fall into place. When I'm saying you having a high body count, it won't be. It won't happen. That's what I'm trying to say. Y'all up here arguing because y'all mad because y'all feel like it's too late. Somebody did comment that and they said, I think that a lot of these people are neglecting your message because it's too late for them. They've already gotten out there. They're already loose. They're already far gone. So it's too late. And you coming around with this message is making them bitter because they can't take the message because it's too late. Well, it's not, okay? It's never too late, y'all. You can have had a past, stop, take time to yourself, be celibate, focus on you, bettering yourself in all ways. And then, yes, you could still be good enough for somebody potentially, but you have to do the work as well. You cannot sit up there and just say, well, nobody is, relationships ain't happening no way. Nobody's being serious. This is 2025 and be pessimistic and shit. Well, that's equivalent to a low self-esteem. That's pessimistic. You don't believe that anything good's gonna come. That's the same as a low self-esteem. That's what y'all not understanding. Not having a future to look forward to. Not feeling like you are deserving of marriage and shit. That's all low self-esteem. Feeling like a nigga is like it's okay for a nigga to hide you in the closet and fuck on you and then go off and act like he don't know you and all that shit. That's all a low self-esteem. Allowing somebody to introduce you to his parents, saying that y'all are roommates, that's a low self-esteem. I've done that myself. Not feeling like you deserve to be treated just like every other human being is a low self-esteem. Yeah, y'all. I think that I pretty much said that well. If I did not clarify certain things, y'all can, comment, let me know. I have no problem clarifying. So yes, bottoms. If you want a dude that does, bottoms and verse dudes, if you want a dude that does not care about what I'm talking about your sexual health and how you are mentally and emotionally after your partners or sexual experiences or whatever, then that means that you are going to be dealing with a guy who just wants to smash, or he's around you. If a dude gets in a relationship with you and he knows that you got hella bodies or he doesn't care, what it is this dude is either using you or he is confused, doesn't know what he's doing, or he has a low self-esteem himself. And what happens 9 times out of 10, most people who do have a low self-esteem, they eventually grow out of it and they learn who they are and they do become self-aware and they start to have a higher self-esteem. And then guess what? When he does get a higher self-esteem, he'll leave you alone. So either it'll be those two ways, or he'll be messing with you as a stepping stone because maybe he's trying to get his shit together and it doesn't really matter what anybody else has going on, because right now he's not focused on a relationship or trying to build anything. He's trying to build himself. So if you're benefiting him in any way, like, transportation, a place to live, you're helping him out in any kind of way financially or whatever, he'll still deal with you because like he's looking at you like you're a stepping stone to help him get where he wants to go. So that's all low-hanging fruit dudes right there. What I mean by men of quality, when I say that, men of value or high-value men are men with the intentions to start something with you, okay? And then also is trying to start his family, okay? He's trying to find him a boyfriend or a wife, a girlfriend or a wife, a husband or a boyfriend. He's trying to find somebody to link up with, start something and build it. He's trying to start a foundation and build off of that foundation, or he'll come with his own solid foundation for y'all to build off of that foundation. That's what a good dude is. Not a dude who is focused on himself and his career, trying to get to a certain place in life, worried about what everybody else thinks and all that other shit. No DL man can be high value, okay? No insecure man can be high value, okay? No man who just wants to smash and doesn't care about having, something to hold at night and all that, not high value, okay? Any man that's focused on himself, like, worried about getting himself together, focused on his career and all that, that's a nigga that needs to be by himself. He may become high value, but he's not yet because he doesn't have intentions with anyone. It's all about him, okay? Value is not about what you are just with yourself. Value is what you are going to present to someone else. All right? So I hope that I clarified that, okay? Because I feel like y'all are taking sex and relationships as two different things. Y'all think that I'm saying if you're versatile or a bottom, you're going to end up single because, first of all, that's not what I said. I didn't say that you're going to be single because you're a bottom or you're versatile. That sounds remedial. That has nothing to do with anything. That means that every top would be single if that's the case, because who the fuck we going to be with? Like, what? No. What I'm saying is that tops have choices, bottoms don't. There's way more bottoms and verse dudes than there is tops. And I'm sorry, but versatile dudes, y'all get thrown in the same category as bottoms because y'all are also receivers of penetration. So it still's gonna apply unless you plan on cuffing a bottom. If you plan on cuffing a bottom, then you're more so on the top side like me. So it doesn't matter as much. But then some bottoms don't even like they tops being versatile. So that's a whole nother story. But anyway, y'all get what I'm trying to say. Okay, if a man is only trying to smash, that's not who I'm talking about. I'm not talking about that's not the top I'm talking about. That's not a top. That's a fuckboy. Okay, yeah, y'all call it a top because he's a top, but he's not trying to be with nobody. He ain't trying to do nothing. He's trying to get his nut and move on. That is nothing what I'm talking about. I don't care about them niggas. I'm talking about the niggas like me who are good for y'all, the ones that y'all need to be trying to be worried about, not fuckboys. It won't matter what you do with a fuckboy. You can be a thought, you could be a good boy, you could be successful, you could be broke. It don't matter. With a fuckboy, you are at the wrong doorstep. It doesn't matter how valuable the package is if it's at the wrong stop. Alright? And also, the same goes for on the flip side. My pops was able to go ahead, marry off again, still married, happily, like nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, because just like in the straight world, men have the ability to choose. There's more women than men. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I feel like y'all want to try to evil out this playing card as if we're equal, but we're just not. You know what I'm saying? We have different options. We have different advantages and different, disadvantages. We're just not. Equal is not always equal this. Sometimes equal looks like this, and then it meets here. Equal is not always just two of the same exact shit. And that's what y'all got mixed up. The quicker y'all learn that equal is what makes the relationship work smoothly, not you get to do exactly the same shit I get to do. That's called tit for tat, and that will never work in any relationship because y'all will both be competing at each other and it'll be a bumping head situation. All right, and here's what I want to say to the tops. You do gotta stop hooking up with random dudes repetitiously for no reason at all, because what will happen is you will get to a point where you are not able to be faithful once you do find a dude, okay? That's the most common issue I found with tops, with hooking up culture, okay? It inhibits us from when we finally do find somebody or we choose somebody, because we get tired of hookup culture too. And when we finally choose somebody, we'll be in the relationship for about 6 good months. And then all of a sudden, we over here itching, fiending to go fuck somebody else. Because we're used to hooking up with different people. Now, this one, I don't think that is going to be shakeable that much because of the world that we live in. Most of us are going to go ahead, spoil our oil, like soil our royal oats in the gay community, hookup culture, do what we want to do with women, men, all that shit, right? And then once we find somebody, we'll be so in love with them, want to cuff them, want to keep them to ourselves, want to be exclusive to them and everything. But then because of repetition and what we're used to, it'll be like a bad habit that we'll have to break. And a lot of men get to that point and they say, fuck it. They fall to their demons and they just go ahead and cheat. Or they feel like they have to break up and end the relationship because they feel as if maybe they're not happy because they want to go smash other people. But I'm here to tell y'all, bro, no, you've just been used to hooking up with different dudes. And so you have to break the habit mentally and psychologically by basically like, maybe you might want to take a few months before you get deep into the relationship, be exclusive with the dude, but not be his boyfriend until you know for a fact that you can be committed. Or, I'm going to keep it real with y'all. You may not be able to be perfect how you want to be and be completely 100% faithful and all that from the jump. You might have a one-off where you fuck up, you go get you some booty, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to say this. Make sure that you use a rubber and shit so that you don't take nothing back to the nigga. And don't ever let the nigga find out by basically also never talking to the nigga that you fuck around on him with again. If you're gonna fuck around, go get you some booty and then cut that nigga off, block that nigga, never speak to him again, type shit. That's how you know that like you are at least having the right intentions and you're just having to break the bad habit because you've gotten accustomed to hookup culture. Okay? Now bottoms is gonna hear this shit and they gonna have a problem with it because I'm just keeping it so blunt that a lot of people ain't getting ready to say this, but y'all know what I'm talking about, okay? What they don't know won't hurt them because at the end of the day, as long as you treat them right, it won't change nothing in you. As a top, we can smash dudes and still have the same feelings for a nigga that we love. It won't change nothing. This is something I also do not believe bottoms can do. I feel like if you are a bottom or you're versatile and you step out, or let's say we break up for 2 days because we had an issue and you go off and you get fucked, to me, that means you're not my nigga no more. And to me, that means there's no way that you have the real feelings for me that you said you had. You cannot love me and get fucked by another nigga. Okay? If you can love me and get fucked by another nigga, I don't want no parts of you because that means that you are a demon to me. That means that you can hurt me and you ain't got no motherfucking no top to your ratchetness and your triflingness. I don't want nothing to do with that. I want a bottom who does care about their well-being and their self, and that they value themselves enough to think that they too fucking dope to just be letting any nigga crawl up inside them. That's the type of nigga that I want. Okay? That's the type of nigga that most tops want. They want a cocky ass, confident nigga who's self-aware, knows what he is, knows what he got, and if you get the chance to breathe in his direction, you are lucky. That's the type of niggas that real valuable tops are looking for. Okay? We don't want anything easily acceptable by the next nigga. So, yes, if a bottom gets penetrated or a verse gets penetrated, we take that as you're not ours no more, you don't love us. I mean, you just not mine no more. I don't want nothing to do with you. Tops can mess around, but as long as they don't get emotionally attached, if it's just a fuck, that's like a sex toy to us. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that it's right. It is not right. It is wrong. But hookup culture has tainted people a lot. So I am giving acknowledgement to how tops are tainted by hookup culture because I'm usually talking about bottoms, but I'm talking about tops on this one. So yes, that is how tops are tainted by hookup culture when it comes to being faithful. All right. So that's why I want y'all to practice the same thing I'm telling bottoms to. Be celibate for a point in your life so that you can as well not have to go sleep with somebody else because your feelings got hurt or because you're being ignored or because they're not around or because, you know, you just feeling that itch to go out and smash somebody else. If you take time to yourself before you get in a relationship, practice celibacy, you know, self-reflection, get into yourself, be interested in yourself, be with yourself for a minute, then you will be able to be faithful when you do find somebody because you're not hopping straight out of hookup culture into a relationship. You can't jump out of a dirty, pissy ass pool and hop into a fresh, new, clean one and think that you ain't gonna have none of that piss on you. Hop out, take time to yourself, dry off, clean off, take a shower, do shit that you need to do, cleanse yourself, then go jump in that pool so that you don't take none of that dirty ass shit with you into your new situation. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Y'all are not doing the work. Y'all not doing none of the hard work. Y'all not doing nothing that's difficult. Everything y'all doing is easy. The easy way out is a way to distract yourself because y'all not dealing with y'all's trauma, y'all's childhood traumas or nothing. How you gonna get to a point of gay topics if you're not dealing with your trauma from childhood? Y'all have to understand that there's layers to healing. You cannot start off up here at the gay shit that you didn't start experiencing until you was 12, 13, when you've been going through childhood trauma since you was 4. You have to unpack all that shit. All of it. All right? So, yeah. I'm going to talk about more things later as far as dating goes because there is more to it. It's not just this sexual thing that's got a lot of gay single. It's a lot more to it. So I am going to start hitting on those things, but I just wanted to tap on this one first thoroughly so that y'all could get exactly what my message is before I move on so that we all have an understanding that I am talking to both parties. I just specify bottoms and verse dudes a little more because y'all are held to a higher standard of responsibility when it comes to sex because y'all are the access to it. Y'all control the access, not us. Let me know what y'all think about this one. Like, comment, subscribe. Y'all know what it is. I'm going to see you on the next one. Peace.